So as we're talking about these matchups, how about we get into the prediction game? And yeah, I'm going to do it. If you want, you can read my full explanation for my predictions on FloHockey.tv. But if you're a listener or a viewer of this fine podcast, then I want to give it to you as well and save you a trip. So anyway, let's talk about it. Frozen Four predictions. Here we go. We're going to start with that BC-Michigan game. I know it's the late game, so we're going a little bit out of order, but this one, to me, I think Michigan is certainly going to score goals, even as good as Jacob Fowler has been. I think Michigan is still going to find ways to get a couple of pucks past him. I also think that they can potentially, catch BC, up the ice a little bit more. And if you could do that, you're going to get some good scoring chances. And I think that as a counterattacking team, Michigan has that. However, BC is just an absolute wagon right now. They are scoring goals at will. They are not looking back at all. Yes, they've had some tighter games. Quinnipiac gave them quite the scare, but I still think that this is a team that just manages to get through whatever adversity they're facing. You've got Greg Brown behind the bench. He has done a fantastic job of keeping that team on an even keel. They seem to play the same way at all times. They've been the most consistent team start to finish this season. I think they will continue that, and I got them beating Michigan 5-3. It just seems like it's going to be very difficult to hold that BC team to under 5 goals. But what about that BU-Denver game? As I said, it's the most intriguing matchup on paper. It is the one that I'm most excited about because I think that there's a lot to like about that game, because I think there's a lot to like about both those teams. They play exceptionally well. They have a lot of firepower on both sides. They can score. But I think this one comes down to that star element. And I do think that it comes down to Macklin Celebrini and Lane Hudson being the guys that can absolutely turn it on at the right time. We know Denver is going to score. I think BU is going to score just a little bit more. I've got the Terriers winning that one 4-3 over the Pioneers. And boy, that was a tough one because I think when it comes to total depth, Denver is the better of the two teams. But when it comes to that star power, BU has it. And I think that makes a difference in the game. So that would mean Boston College versus Boston University in the national championship game. Now, if that does happen, we've already seen throughout this season, we've seen BC and BU play each other. We've seen it happen a number of times. Let's take a look at the results between these two teams this year. We had to wait all the way until January 26th for that to see those two teams play against each other. We had to wait so long for these two teams to get on the ice against each other and go head to head. So what did we see when that happened? Well, that first series, Boston College 4-1 win, 4-3 win, and then we go to the Bean Pot. Boston University picks up a 4-3 win. We go to the Hockey East Championship game, and it was a 6-2 win for Boston College. Boston College has not lost since that Bean Pot semifinal against BU. They've only lost 5 games all year. Yes, one of them was to BU, but I think that they are going to continue on the trend. They're 3-1 against the Terriers this year. I think it'll go 4-1, and I believe that Boston College will go win the national championship with a 4-2 final. So that's what I got for you. 4-2 final, BC over BU. Eagles, congratulations on your national championship. We'll see how that all plays out. We'll have to wait and see. Again, the national championship game is on Saturday night, April 13th in St. Paul.